Hello, my name is Suman Barkas. I would like to practice some warm-ups on seated chair yoga and then 5 poses on the chair or next to the chair. So I'd like to start out with sitting halfway on a chair. So bring your feet apart, comfortable, and your back should stay upright. And we're gonna start focusing first on our sitting posture, or what is in yoga called mountain pose, or just like a standing still. So you're sitting still. Check your back, your shoulders relaxed, and your chin bring closer to your neck. So you may be elongating the spine to top of your head. And close your eyes just for a moment to notice your breath. As you inhale, expanding chest and belly. Exhale and let go. And let's do 3 more. Also, you may be able to just feel better if you get your hands on your chest and noticing your chest breath, and also the other hands on your belly, noticing your belly expanding. And one more deep breath. Now let's bring hands down on your knees, and I would like to do a little bit warm up to the spine and neck, lifting your chin up and bring your chin down, and make sure you're breathing, and in out, inhale, exhale. As you inhaling, you're expanding chest, and exhaling, dropping your chin down and just slightly rounding the back. And also what we call it cat-cow. Inhale, exhale. And you can repeat 5 or 6 times, and this is good spinal stretch and opening to the front and expanding. Good. Now we're gonna do the next thing is seated twist or spinal twist. Inhale, and release. Your arms are out to the side, and exhale. So you keep holding hands to the chair or next to your knee, and look back or look to the side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So repeat again 5 or 6 times, or you can keep your arms free and then to the side and look back. Inhale, exhale, and out. So one more round. You may be able to stay a little bit longer and with your breathing natural. And out. Good. Just center again. Notice your deep breathings again. You notice anything with the stretch through the spine, your back, or neck. This time, I would like you to bring a little bit of stretch over the shoulder area, and so in order to do that, you can extend your arms. So just bend your elbow, and then bend your elbow. And I would like to get the elbows closer, your palms together, and then bring apart. Inhale, exhale. So first, this is nice and warm up. Inhaling, exhaling, and you try to get your elbows closer and your hands, your palm together. Inhale, exhale. And if you're having the tight shoulder and your tight back, this is a good stretch you could do. Also good for breathing. Inhaling, deep breath, exhale. So this one is called an eagle pose, which is actually with the arms. So you're gonna bring your hands over under the elbow or hold of your elbow, and then pull to the side, and you maybe look over your shoulder. And you're gonna start first easy. Your hands hold of your elbow and look over. Again, so bring gently. So try to bring arms closer to your body, and then just turn your head to the side, and again turn to the side. So you may be feeling the stretch in the back of your shoulder. Okay, so this time I'd like you to bring your hands under your elbow. Just get a grip of your elbow, and then just slide it or bring it up slightly in front of your face. And if that's hard for you, maybe just bring it over. So let's do that. Open, inhale, exhale, and then lift up and lower. Inhale, exhale. Comfortable. Just move slightly up and down. Inhale, exhale. Over time, you may be able to get your elbows a little bit more closer and able to open a little more wider, closer and wider. And then you may be able to bring the elbows over on top of each other in your hands. Palm closer. Inhale, exhale. So if that's really hard for you, you may just have to modify, just keeping your hands under the elbow, or maybe just start turning and twisting, looking over. Inhale, exhale, and bring change. Okay, so that's a good eagle pose. And you can also do with your legs crossed too. So crossing over. So if your leg crossed over on top of each other, and you can do the opposite. So your arms, same side arms up, and then opposite arms bring it over. So just try that one. And then if you switch leg, and then bring this arm up, and then opposite arms down. So you can get a little bit twisting over arms and legs. So some people may be able to get their foot behind their legs, so that may not happen, but if not, just keep it hanging there. So you see, just kind of holding like this. And then the next thing is I would like to do is figure 4. Bring knee out a little more to the side, so keeping the foot on top. So if you have a tight hip, and that may be hard to do, to lowering the knee down, so you can keep it up. And so especially if you had any knee replacement or hip replacement, you may have to be careful not to do that at all, or just gradually you're able to do that and with the caution. So with the figure 4 pose like this is really helps to open the hip and keep rotating, and inner and outer rotation. And also it helps the knee, and so you're just kind of relaxing and not pressing down too hard. Just you may be able to hold it a little bit up. And stay with the 2-3 breaths. Good, and then change. So in the beginning, just again start with only 2 or 3 breaths, and then you may be able to hold it a little longer with the 5, 6 breaths. Okay, now release your legs and stretch up. And you could do that also, just simply stretching and holding up, and then breathing back. Or you can hold under one leg and stretch your leg up, and then back. Lift up, and then bring back. So if that's not easy for you, you just maybe just bend your knee, lift your leg up in the front. Okay, now let's bring your legs extended out to the front. So you maybe hold up your chair, or if you need to. So this extension of the legs, also engaging the upper body and the core. So engaging to the core, strengthening the legs, and also good support for the muscle, back muscle. So you may hold that for just the beginning, 2 or 3 breaths again. And if you start shaking, and that means you are weaker. So your muscles are weaker, your core strength is weak. So you may have to just do that few breathings in the beginning. And then if you practice that every day, you may hold it longer. So you gain more strength. Good. So of course it's a little more challenging if you don't sit out back. So if you sit back, it's way too easy, right? So you can hold that way longer. But if you sit on halfway on a chair, then you really engage your core and engage your back and leg. So lift your arms up in front of you. Nice extended arms, reaching out to the front. And again, just start with the 2-3 breaths and repeat again 2-3 times or 5 or 6 times. Good, now let's just bring your heel down, stretch your leg, and you may be sliding your hand. And notice where is this tight for you. So maybe when you're bending halfway down forward, you may be stretching through the low back, or maybe if you're tight on your back of the leg, your hamstrings, you notice that. Or maybe simply if you're feeling tighter over the shoulders, you may stretch this way. So go ahead and change. So drop the heel down and reach your hands down. So keep breathing, and naturally you breathe and stretch, maybe a relaxed way, so not so tight. You don't hold that tightness too long. Just let it relax and breathe. Good. Okay, so this time you're going to lift your leg up, and then the arms, opposite arms here, and crossing the other arm out, and then crossing over. So a little bit twist, cross of your arm and leg. So you're trying to get to lift your toes up, and you don't have to touch, but just keep extending arms and legs. And this will stretch out over the shoulders, back, and your legs. Good. Okay. Now the next two things I'm gonna do with you is standing next to your chair. So stand up. So bring your chair this way. We're gonna start stretching the shoulders and back as you step back. So you may start out really just stand as far as comfortable here, but you want to bring the hip a little bit back over the heel. And if the chair is too close, you may push it out. And so if your hamstrings are too tight, or low back, or your shoulder is too tight, you maybe just stay right here. Or you maybe bend your knees a little bit. So if you keep your knees soft and stretch your shoulders as you look down, notice that tightness of your shoulders and back. But if you start stretching out your legs, and you see how tight is your hamstring. So just keep breathing again, 2, 3, 5 or 6 breaths, and come out slowly. Bend your knees. So next one is we're gonna just stepping out, the lunging. So bending your knee. So knee bend over the foot. So when you're lunging here, you're gonna make sure pressing down your foot and the back leg is straight. And so your toes are pointing angle, about 45-degree angle. So make sure just get that nice lunging pose. And we're gonna do warrior. So warrior pose is easier to do. This pose with the chair support. And then lifting your arms up. So as you lift your arms up, if you have a tight shoulder, you may be halfway you raise your arms. So you still keep raising, but make sure your fingertips are pointing, reaching up. But then again, your shoulders may collapse into your head. You don't want to get too close to your head or neck. You want to bring opening, a little more widening the shoulders. You don't want to crunch here. You want to drop the shoulder, keep it wider arms. So if you can't get as much as higher this way, maybe just ease it up. Good. So from here, change your side. And again, so adjusting your footwork here. Stepping, pressing down, bending your knee, and pointing your toes out 45-degree angle here. And once you're ready to stand and balancing into the beginning warrior pose, so try to keep your posture upright and then extend your arms up. So if this is hard for you to get all the way up, maybe release the shoulder down. Looking straight forward. Breathing. Okay, so this is good for strengthening the legs and your lower back again, for the shoulder strengthening. Okay, we'll do a last pose, which is tree pose, which is easier, which is bring your toes touch down, and heel touch the other leg. So you may be holding on one side, and just focusing on how to really get your grounding the one foot going down. Then take off the weight from the other foot. So if you bring just right in front of your knee or behind the knee. So try to get a hold of posture here. So a lot of times you may have to just rest against your leg. Don't lock your knee as much. Slightly bend your knee. Then start staring at the one spot in front of you. So if you have a good balance, you maybe just lift your one arm up, straighten up. Take your time to breathe 5 or 6 deep breaths. change your side. So when you change your side, you may have to bring your chair to the other side or maybe turn all the way on the other side. But this time you can just bring both hands off the floor. So if that is challenging for you, you're afraid of, you want to hold on to one side. But if you have a good balance, you can actually just try this. Hands to your heart center and just look at in front of you. See how much you're able to balance is depends on your focus, right? Your mind has to be focused and on the spot or in front of you. So when you're able to focus your mind and you're planting your foot down, centering, so you really have to take your time to practice. Your balancing pose, a tree pose. Well, that's all for you today.